Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you? I'm really looking forward to this reading, being here with you today. I sat down in meditation this morning and I had quite a few messages kind of flowing into us about the equinox and Ostara, however you daily delineate. I don't know. I got a big word. We're going to go with a smaller one, however you call it. So, some really good messages coming through for us today. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're all doing well. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm so happy you're here, whether you're seeing this on Facebook, whether you're seeing this on YouTube, however you're finding me. I'm so excited that you're here. So we have a lot to talk about today. Good morning, everyone. We have a lot to talk about. Spirit really came through with lots of different messages for us. And good morning, Cliche. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Jess. Hey, Tammy. Hello, honey. Hey, Jackie. Hello, hello, hello. So as I was in meditation getting messages, the journal came out. And so we have a page worth of stuff to talk about today for this equinox, because I feel like this equinox is a season, right? This equinox is the balancing of the seasons. It's about taking us into a new season. And it's a season. So it's not just a month. It's not just a week. It's so this week is really kind of the jumping off point is what it feels like. And so I wanted to stop on today and kind of do a little bit of a longer message. We'll see where it goes. So I am going to share with you what came through in the meditation, and then we will pull cards. So there'll be kind of like a two-parter today. So if you're not able to watch the whole thing right now, that's okay. You'll be able to catch the replay. Don't forget that my replays are all in the daily guidance, weekly guidance, playlists, honestly, on YouTube. Everything is really easily found on the playlist on YouTube. I know sometimes on Facebook, scrolling down the page to find things can be difficult. I know that you can go to the video section. There is a tab on the video section for Facebook. So, but that's what this is going to be. This is going to be kind of a general reading for everyone. So please take what resonates. And it is going to be a little bit of what my guides brought through this morning in the meditation for all of us navigating this new energy, this shift, right? Going out of, for some, going out of winter, coming into spring, for some going out of summer, coming into fall. So big energies, just depending on where you're seeing this in the world. And I kind of have to put that out there because I am, we are reaching people around the globe, which is crazy to me. But so the first kind of theme that came up, and I feel like we're going to talk about 3 themes today before we pull cards. The first one was kind of refocusing. So you're going to be brought a lot of energy and signs, symbols, inspiration, things brought into your awareness that's kind of refocusing you back into maybe some old goals you had, or some goals that you haven't been able to work on. You've kind of had to walk away from or set aside. Maybe not walk away from, but you did have to like set it aside because you didn't have the space, you didn't have the time, or it just didn't feel right to put your time and energy into that goal or focus, right? So there's going to be some refocusing. And so for many of us, it is going to bring us into, okay, what is important to me? What am I feeling I need to kind of focus on for myself? And what have I let go? What have I set aside? So for many of us, it is going to be about kind of stepping back and going, okay, where have I been distracting myself? Where have I been taking myself out of the energy of what I feel is important for me? And where have I been kind of giving to other people? All right. And so what I would say is, if you're brought a new opportunity, if you're brought something that maybe you didn't see coming, or maybe you're being brought something that you kind of thought you put on the shelf, or maybe you thought that wasn't your road at some point because you didn't go there, or it didn't work out, and now you're being brought back to it. Like, I feel like give it some energy, like really sit with it, because I feel like you are being brought back to things that, sorry guys, I got like this. Yeah, for some of you, you're being asked to use your voice in a way that maybe you're not used to using it. You may be having to set a boundary with someone, saying no to someone. And so that's really kind of ramping up your throat chakra. But this is about refocusing for you. So this isn't about like you doing what other people want you to do. This isn't about you kind of staying in those roles that don't fit anymore. I feel like this energy, this refocusing, is all about you. Coming into focus and balance for yourself. And Mother Gaia is also going to be supporting this. So in these energies, don't be surprised if you do hear about some, what I was hearing in meditation was that, and I'm going to say this wrong because, I get stuff and I'm not science at all, but the tectonic plates are going to be shifting also. So we may have some like different weather patterns. We may have some, unfortunately, I know we've had some earthquakes. There may be some more, but this is Mother Gaia also refocusing, right? Also rebalancing herself. So in these energies, let's send out some love and light to people that are really kind of going through it, as far as like weather or earth shifts as it refocuses and rebalances. So there's going to be a lot of just needing to sit down with yourself and get quiet, because you're going to be brought inspiration that may feel uncomfortable, because it's getting you to refocus and rebalance yourself. Recalibrate yourself, your own energy. So there may be things that you're being kind of brought back to, or things that are being moved away from, because it's not part of your rebalancing. It's not part of your recalibration energetically. So they're not an energetic match, right? So people that are, situations that are, relationships that are kind of in this lower vibrational frequency, as you're being recalibrated into your magnificence. So the recalibration is about taking you into higher dimensions, higher frequencies. And so you're going to be brought to more high vibe people, more high vibe situations. And so there are going to be things that, again, distraction. Maybe there's things you've been putting your time and attention into that just doesn't serve you. There's no benefit. There's no balance to you. Like, you're giving so much and then you're not receiving anything that's balanced. So I feel like, like the judgment or justice, like that's all going to be like coming out for you in this energy, in this rebalancing, refocusing. So where you haven't had justice, where you haven't had, or you've been being judged, that's all going to be falling away. And so having non-judgment right now is going to be really, really important. One of the things I was going to talk about that Spirit's kind of bringing sooner rather than later is, surrendering into what you're being brought to, surrendering into the path that is opening up for you, surrendering into what is falling away and letting it go, and not having judgment about it, right? So if a relationship didn't work out, and don't have judgment about it. Try to stay in non-judgment, non-attachment. So things that aren't working out or are shifting, right? Try not to have judgment or fear around it, because what you're being brought to, what is coming in to replace it, is the recalibration of what is going to be more in line with your energy, your frequency. Okay. So that was the first thing. You're coming back into focus. So for many of you, it's almost like, you're just seeing things clearer. You're getting a new perspective on things. And it may be where you're seeing someone very clearly for the first time in a long time, or where you're really seeing a situation clearly for the first time in a long time. And you're like, that's why that didn't work. That's why that didn't go the way that I thought it would go or wanted it to go. Right. And it's okay not to have judgment about it. Just be like, that's not my road. And now I know that I'm being shifted and guided over to this other road, and it feels uncomfortable, but I'm also getting a little excited about it because maybe it's an idea you've had before. Maybe you almost got on that road before. Maybe there was excitement about that idea before, and nothing kind of meshed or worked out. And now things are starting to really come in to go, oh, okay, now is the time. Now it's the right time. It wasn't the right time before for whatever reason. And again, not having judgment about whatever that reason was, letting that judgment go. Really important. Yeah, because so the second thing that I got for us today was the shedding. And so the image that Spirit gave me, which I thought was really, really cute, was, you know how you see a size of a dress, and this is what they showed me, right? You see a size of a dress and you're like, well, that's my size. But then you're putting the dress on and it's like, oh, it doesn't really fit. It's really, really tight, but I can get it on because it's my size. And so you keep hiking it up over the hips and you keep going up and it's like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to get my arms in it, and you're feeling very constricted, right? Because you're going to get that dress on because it's your size. And it doesn't really fit. It's not the right cut. It's not the right style. It just doesn't fit. Like you could get it on, but then getting it off, it's almost like you'd have to like cut yourself out of it, right? And that's what I was showing. Like we've been trying to fit ourselves into situations. We've been trying to fit ourselves into relationships. We've been trying to fit ourselves into a job. We've been trying to fit ourselves into things because maybe that was the expectation, or maybe you were afraid of judgment, or maybe that's just something you've always done before and you just kept doing the same thing. But now it's like, whew, we got to shed that. It doesn't fit. We got to cut ourselves out of that, right? It really doesn't fit. It fit at one time, right? It fit when we were younger. It fit when we had less experience. It fit at some other point, but it doesn't fit anymore. And that's what I was seeing Spirit bringing us. Like, it's okay to shed. Just shed it. It's almost like, so kind of a similar metaphor that they're giving me. It's almost like the snake shedding its skin, right? It's the old skin. It's the old style dress. Like it's not who we are anymore. We're up here vibrating in the higher frequencies of contentment, maybe a little boredom. Things really aren't where we want them to be, but we're not in that, like, I don't deserve, or I'm not worthy, or things don't work out for me anymore. I've kind of come out of that, but I'm still not up into like the receiving power, self-power, self-actualization, being compassionate. Like we're not quite there yet, but it's like, you've got to shed the old, and then you will like, bump right up there. So whatever's weighing you down, whatever feels constricting in these energies, you're not going to be able to keep anymore. Like you're not going to be able to stay in that role, to stay in that situation, relationship, job, career, whatever it is. Like these energies are going, no, I gotta get out of that. Like it just doesn't feel good, right? And you can let that go with light and love. You can definitely let that go with like, the people I'm leaving behind, the situation I'm leaving behind, like I honor them, I love them, but I can't stay. Like this isn't part of my road or my alignment. And that's what I'm feeling this equinox is bringing in. And what's doing it? And what's doing it are all the light codes that are coming into the planet that are helping us to ascend. This equinox is flooding in light codes. And I was actually being shown it as like sonar waves, like the round sonar, different rings that, and it's like, it's just coming in waves, this sonar wave of light, the higher frequency, the codes that are coming in. And so, you're going to start, and we've been seeing like the sea life, like, doing weird things. It's because they're reacting to that frequency that we can't in our 3D. So if you're ascending, if you're getting into 4D, 5D energy, you're feeling it, and you may not exactly know what you're feeling, but yes, It's this wave of light, this consciousness that's being expanded in all of us who are receiving these light codes and are ready to receive the light codes. There are some people that are very unconscious and they're staying unconscious, and it is a choice. It is a choice because they're getting the signs and symbols. They're getting the nudges. Their spirit is not leaving them behind, but we have free will choice, and they can choose to be like, I don't want any part of that. I don't want to know what I'm seeing. I don't want to know what I'm feeling. I don't want to know what those dreams mean. I don't want to know why I keep seeing those number patterns, right? They're choosing to stay unconscious. And so for those of you that are not choosing to stay unconscious, you're feeling it and you're being brought into this higher frequency, you're going to continue to feel it. And so I know the ascension symptoms are really out of control right now. Last night, actually, I was laying in bed trying to fall asleep, and like the ringing in my ears was like no joke. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. I know what this is all about, right? I haven't really been able to eat what I can usually eat. I haven't really wanted to eat a whole lot, if you want to know the truth. I've been drinking a lot of water with lemon. So whatever you're being called to physically, emotionally, mentally, energetically, like go in that direction, because these light codes are coming in and they're activating our, spiritual DNA. They're activating our cells. They're activating our other senses, right? So we have a lot going on in these energies where it's all taking us forward. It's all taking us forward. And so how are we going to navigate this? Right, what can we do to navigate this? Oh, thank you, Sherry. Oh, that's awesome, Darlene. That's awesome. Oh, awesome, Jackie. Awesome. Yeah. Good. Yeah. This is what we're going through. So how can we navigate it, right? So what can we do? So so it was the R's. I keep getting these R's. It's so funny. So it's routine, ritual, and like a reconnaissance. Okay. So it's all about like pulling in your circle small. So definitely routine. I've started making my bed. I'm not a bed maker. I started making sure I have my meditation in the morning. I really did get away from that. So whatever your routine is, I got to get walking. I actually took a walk the other day, and I want to get out today. And in my area, we're going to be jumping about 10 or 15 degrees, which is a lot for us, a lot. You go from freezing to doable. So routine. Making sure you're going to bed at the same time every night, making sure you're eating the high quality food, making sure that you're doing the things that fill up your cup. I mean, today I took my shower, I did my skin routine, which I'd kind of gotten out of when I was away, because that's what we do, right? We get out of our routine. I put on my makeup, I did my hair. I'm just trying to be in routine. So making sure that you're taking care of yourself by staying in routine. So if you've got someone who's trying to pull you out of routine, that's where you're going to need to set some boundaries, use no as a complete sentence, and also making sure that you're taking time away from distraction, right? I'm not looking at reels. I'm being very conscious about that. If I need some mental downtime, I'm watching high vibe shows. And funny, like really lightening up my energy field by laughter and enjoyment and joy. Thanks, Sherry. Yes, Darlene. Cliche, I will drop a blog. There's a beautiful woman, Sacred Scribes, and you could maybe even look this up before I get off camera. But Sacred Scribes, I think it's .org, but you could actually just angel number Sacred Scribe, Google that, and you'll get her blog. And she does all number patterns. And she really gives you a wealth of information about that number pattern. I know that will help you. It's helped me immensely these last 10 years. I don't know if she still does the blog, but it's out there and it's comprehensive and it's high vibe and it's very, very, very useful. So there's a lot of help, guys. There's a lot of help everywhere. All right. So yeah, keeping your just routine and keeping your circle small. Worrying about you, worrying about your immediate family, and anybody that's trying to like encroach on your peace, encroach on your happiness. Yeah, not a seat at your table right now. Making sure you're being very, very discerning about who gets a seat at your table, what gets your attention right now, because there's going to be so much out there, guys. I mean, think about it. Think about like the light codes flooding in. Think about the things refocusing. Think about Mother Gaia recalibrating, right? Like it's going to really trigger some people, especially those lower frequency people, right? That fear, it's going to trigger so many people, and you're going to start seeing fear-based, like we haven't in the last, for a long time, but the last couple of years have been crazy. So really kind of taking ownership of your energy and being like, I don't need to look at the news as much as I have been. I don't need to look at certain broadcasts. I don't need to be, so much in the collective energy. To really hold space for yourself so that you can navigate what you need to in your own life. Really important right now to, you're welcome, ladies. Really important right now to get quiet, to pull in your energy to your circle, your family, your, who's important to you, what's important to you. So really, really important. Yeah, because those lower frequencies are totally going to get triggered. Totally going to get triggered. So take yourself out of it. Take yourself out of it. Okay. I think that's what I got. Those were the 3 things I wanted to talk about that Spirit brought me today. And now let's get into, yeah, Darlene, absolutely. Positive thinking. Yeah, absolutely. Staying in positive energy, right? Only listening to high vibe, music, podcasts, information, only watching high vibe shows and movies that lift you up. Like, just be really intentional about where you're putting your energy, guys, because it's going to be really, really important. Really, really important. And you have all the control. You can turn off, the people that are scaring you. Being very discerning about where you're putting your time and attention. All right, let's see what Spirit wants to bring through. This will be the reading portion of the our card. Let's pull some cards. Let's see what Spirit wants to add. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh, beautiful, Jacqueline. Beautiful. Good morning, 77 Cruz. You're very welcome. All right, let's see what Spirit wants to. Yeah. Yep. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. Yeah. And bottom of the deck. All right, here we go. Yeah. Do not be focusing on what you don't have. Don't be focusing on what has fallen away. Don't be focusing on what didn't come through. Let's be focusing on what we do have. Let's be focusing on and be grateful for what we are being brought to. What moved out because it didn't serve us. And even though it may have been something that we worked really hard for it and we achieved it. And now it's time to move on. Because we needed the lesson or we needed the steps along the way, right? But it's okay. It's okay to say that I achieved this thing and now I'm going to maybe not use that skill, or I'm going to use that skill in a very different way. And they're bringing to me my education degree. I'd always wanted to be a teacher, always, 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 always. I finally got the opportunity to get my teaching degree, and I did, right? And then I lost it. Not the degree, but the ability to teach and everything that went with it. But now I teach in a very different way. So it's not like those skills didn't matter. It's not like those lessons didn't matter. They greatly impacted my life. But sometimes we can't see how things are going to impact us, change us, be there for us, right? Because we're thinking that everything has to be a certain way. We're thinking that everything has to be the way it's always been. And it's not the case. It's not the case. We have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be open with ourselves. We have to be in surrender, right? That everything's working out for our highest and greatest good. May not be the way that we think, may not be the way that we want it. But if we can get out of the judgment of how it was supposed to be and the attachment to what we thought, that's when all the good stuff starts coming. That's when we really get into what we are here to birth, what our purpose is, what our talents, our passion is. But sometimes we have to get out of our own way into what we thought it was going to look like, who we thought was going to be there for us. Because it's better. It's better. So where you're feeling hurt, where you're feeling lonesome, where you're feeling let down, where you're feeling afraid, try to take the mask of the expectation off. And where can this now take me? What am I being guided to do? What am I being given an opportunity for? What am I being shown? What is my inspiration? Even if it's that thing that terrifies you. Even if it's that thing. I mean, again, I'll use myself as I was 32 years old. I had a toddler. And I was going to go back to 4-year school, write papers, study for midterms. I was terrified. But that's where I was being guided. And that's where I was being given all the support. I had the car I needed. I had the money I needed. I had the daycare provider I needed. I had everything I needed. But I had to get out of my own way and say, okay, really, I'm going to quit my full-time job of 9 years, 4 weeks vacation, 401k. I'm going to take this leap of faith. And that's what you're being called to do in this recalibration. Where you've been got you to a certain point, and now it's time to birth the new. Now it's time to stand in your power and say, okay, I have the skills and abilities. Maybe they're not what people see. Maybe they're not the skills and maybe it's just my own skill and ability of knowing that I'm going in the right direction, even though everybody else around me is going, what are you doing? Which is what I was getting. You're going to quit your full-time job, your 4 weeks paid vacation, your 401k, your stability to go back to school? Yeah, because that's where I'm being guided. That's where I feel good. That's where I feel like all the energy is. I couldn't tell them that. I just had to keep going and doing my own thing, taking one step at a time and being very, very diligent. I kept having to do the work, putting my head down and keep going. Especially for those of you who are wanting a new career or wanting a new relationship or wanting a new situation. You got to believe. You got to take the steps. Spirit will meet you. Absolutely will meet you. But you have to take the step first. And that's the hard part, right? They're not going to show you the step or even the next step at all until you take a step. So stay diligent. Keep working, because that is where the new beginning is. That is where your cup overflows. That is how you get the overflow of love, resource. When you're excited and happy, and encouraged and passionate and you feel amazing, that's when you draw in everything. That's how you get to the overflowing cup. That's how you get to the sun coming out. Look at that. That's what this energy is going to bring you. Rejuvenation, recalibration, refocus. It almost feels like a Mercury retrograde, doesn't it? Only it's all the good stuff. But you've got to be willing. You've got to be willing to get out of your own way. You've got to be willing to make the change that you're being brought to make. You've got to be willing to take the blindfold off and put down your defenses. Be vulnerable. Take a leap of faith. Take a chance. Take a risk. Because it's guided. It's guided. It's guided by spirit that is giving you the number patterns and the signs and the support. But you have to meet them. You have to meet them halfway. Not even halfway. Not even halfway. You just have to set the intention. Let them know that that's what you want. Keep taking the steps. Keep doing the work. Don't give up. Don't give up. Sun is coming out. All right, let's get some advice. Let's get some advice. Thank you, Sherry. Good morning, Alberta. Good morning, hello, Monica. Welcome, Mandy. All right. Thank you, Cynthia. Yes, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you're on Facebook, please give us a heart. It helps the algorithm. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, for those in my membership community, we are going to get together this Wednesday night. I know it was supposed to be the 29th. For some reason yesterday, Spirit had me move it to the 22nd. So I don't know what that was all about. I'm sure, and sometimes I find out, sometimes I don't. But someone must have needed it to be changed. What else? So we'll do the meetup. For those of you not sure what I'm talking about, I do have a membership community, subkit.com/guidance311, where you can get support for where you are on your journey, especially if you're really struggling with being held back. And this Wednesday, we're going to actually do a healing session. So for those of you that are really feeling like you're got a lot of weight on you, or you're just really needing some energetic shifting, I would encourage you to join us. And all you have to do is grab your membership plan. All levels get all of the meetings for free. Yeah, strength and guidance. That's what you're going to need. This is the, in these energies, again, there's going to be a lot of, guys, there's going to be a lot of media out there. There's going to be a lot of, there has been, right? There has been. We've got so much going on in the world that can really be seen as negative. So really important to tap into your team of guides, angels, ascended masters, your crossed over loved ones, your guardian angel, whoever you believe in, source, God consciousness, goddess, and get your strength from your team. Get your strength from those that are knocking on your door, energetically, because they're here. They're here to give you the strength that you need. They're here to give you the energy to keep going, to make the changes, the knowingness. Look at that. The third eye on this card is highlighted. So yes, many of you are going to be having some third eye activation that's really going to like take your connection to the next level. So yeah, be prepared. Be prepared. Yeah. And I think that's why I was called to do the Living in Love course. The classes will be coming in the fall, starting in October. So if you're someone that really is feeling energy and you need some support, definitely take a look at that. We will be getting together six times, once a month for 6 months to really help you with the Living in Love course that you get for free in the Spiritual Awakening membership, or you can purchase on my website at a discounted price right now. But yeah, they are totally flooding in to give us strength and to give us the guidance that we need on our journey. Really helping us to take those blindfolds off. Really get into connection with who you are, what your purpose is, your divinity, your sovereignty, your magnificence as your spiritual DNA, as your cells, as your body is activated, as your light codes are activating, as you are going into 5D consciousness. Yeah. Totally coming in to give you holy love, nurturing. This gives me very Mother Mary vibes. So those of you who do need nurturing from the mother energy, especially if you didn't have physical mother energy or a lot of mother energy in your nurturing, loving mother energy in your physical life. Yeah, Mother Mary is coming in to help you in your energetic space to feel unconditional love that will help you move through making the shifts, the changes, the refocusing, the recalibration that is going on. It can feel uncomfortable. It can feel a little scary because you're being taken into a new plane of existence. You're being taken into new consciousness. You're being taken into new roles. You're being taken into new inspiration. You're being taken into new relationships, career, everything in your physical is really changing. It's really changing. What you relied on in the past, it will not be what you rely on going forward. And it's beautiful. So you're being unconditionally loved. Oh, yes, Darlene, open your arms and open your heart. Yes, just receive it in. Just receive it in. Receive it in. That's all you have to do. Open up and receive it in. All right. Let's see what else Spirit wants to bring through to help us as things shift around us. Harmonize in the now. Sync with the rhythm and the wisdom of the universe. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Open up and, like you said, Darlene, I think you just hit the nail on the head. Open your arms and open your heart. That's how you harmonize in the now. That's how you sync with the rhythm and wisdom of the universe. You allow it in. You allow it in. Get quiet. Meditate. Don't get distracted. Stay in high vibrational frequency. Music. Movies, TV, podcasts, YouTube videos, whatever it is. Stay in the now. Stay present. If it doesn't feel good, move away from it. And get into connection with Mother Gaia. Grounding. Reconnect with nature. Balance your sensitivity. Getting into connection with the crystalline grid. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is how you're going to navigate these energies, guys. That is how you're going to not get caught up in the mass chaos. Get very small. Worry about your nuclear family, your nucleus. Who's at your table? Who deserves to be at your table? Everything else is distraction. Get very grounded. With that being said, I'm being drawn to get us a Spirit of the Animal Oracle. Elephant. Greatness. Love is your strength. Yeah, high vibe. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Yeah. Birth the new. Step into your new purpose. And the second one that wanted to come out. Dear love. Oh, I love this thing. Oh, this is beautiful synchronicity. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Look at that. Yes. Oh, I love that these came out together. Look at that. Love and greatness. Love is your strength. You heal with the power of love. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Beautiful. Beautiful. You're very welcome. I'm going to leave it there, guys. If you want to work with me, you can go to guidance311.com. All the information is there. Thank you for being here with me on the live. Thank you for being here with me on the replay. Remember to join your energy to my group by hashtagging replay if you're watching this on the replay. And you can get more information at my website. So guys, have a beautiful day. Thank you for being here. Talk soon.